Hello, internet people and people that follow our channel. I am by myself today because me and Jinx were supposed to have a schedule worked out so that we would have videos recorded for every week, so that we wouldn't have to keep making new videos because sometimes we can't come up with content to put on here. And that didn't really work out, so we don't. And this is not a good song for an intro. We didn't have anything, so this is me recording on the day that I am supposed to be uploading. And then this video will get uploaded whenever. It just depends on how long my stupid phone decides to take. Which is also why I'm mostly just wearing makeup, and I'm dressed like Isaiah, but I'm not wearing a wig because I took a shower earlier and I didn't put a wig on and whatever else. And I didn't have any idea for this video. So I have looked up on my Tumblr just random questions, and I'm just gonna answer them, and that's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna do something else, but now I don't want to. So these questions, I just looked up random questions for whatever purposes, and I'm getting these from Ravenclaw Angst, so thank you if you ever happen to run into this video for providing me with questions to answer for this nonsense video. I'm also going to let people know because people are probably going to ask, even though I guarantee you I'm going to link what I'm listening to in the video description. I am listening to the soundtrack for the second season of Dietrich Lore. Since I am dressed like Isaiah, I thought that would be an appropriate thing to be listening to right now. So now that I'm done being stupid. Thanks, Jinx. Now that I'm done being stupid, I'm going to answer these questions and be more stupid. What's something from your childhood that you still enjoy? Thing that came to mind while reading that question is Dragon Tales. I have always loved watching Dragon Tales growing up. I still love it now. I will definitely watch it again. I do not care who judges me for that. I think Dragon Tales is still awesome. I think it's a show that you can enjoy no matter what age you are, and I will still watch that show if I see it on, or if I just am bored and have nothing else to do. What's something that helps you to calm down? Listening to music like this helps me to calm down. Listening to any music in general does help me to calm down. So that's one of the things that I use the most. Depending on what I need to calm down from, crying. Crying is always a good option. You just need a good cry sometimes, but I think music helps me the most. Also just being with people. That sounds really weird coming from somebody who has social anxiety and is just awkward in all situations, but being around people really helps me to stay calm and level, and I don't really know why. Who's someone you look up to? I look up to Davi Insanity, and I look up to him because I think he's awesome. I think he's a great person. I've actually met him and I've hung out with him before. Not like hang out as in like, you know, we're friends and we hang out all the time. No, like there was a concert and he was there. And, like it was his whatever. But he's really chill. So seeing him in concert, I've seen him twice, and both times there's like bands or just people or whatever that'll go up on stage before him, and during that time he'll just kind of walk around and talk to everybody, and I think that was really cool. So he's not of the state of mind that he's like above everybody, and I think that's really neat. So I really look up to him for that. I also look up to him for just doing what he does, because I know that some people just, you know, that become famous singers, they just do it and they're good at it and they don't get like super nervous about it and stuff. I've always been nervous about singing in front of people, and I have auditioned for the big time shows and stuff, and I just wasn't good enough for that. So like, just the fact that he's been doing that for years is honestly impressive, and that he keeps going with it. because I know that it's kind of hard to not only start a career like that, but it's hard to keep it going for so long. Do you have a favorite stuffed animal? I do not, because I can't pick a favorite. It makes me feel bad, and I just can't pick one. Like, it jumps around all the time. Like, I'll go spend the night over at Jinx's house, and I'll bring Link 1 week, or like a couple of weeks when I go over there. And then all of a sudden, oh, now I'm bringing Lunar Lion. And then I've got Bakugo, and he still counts as a stuffed animal. I have way too many stuffed animals, and I cannot pick a favorite. I just have a ton of stuffed animals, and that's all you need to know. How many pillows/blankets do you sleep with? I have to sleep with a good amount of support on my neck and on my head. So I typically have 3 blankets. I've got this one, which I really need to get a new one. I have this bigger one that has an owl, and then I have my body pillow of Rin Matsuoka that I keep on my head. I didn't used to do that. Technically, I have 4 pillows because there's another body pillow underneath it. Blankets, right now I have 3. I typically have 3. If it's really, really cold, then I'll have 4 or 5. If it's getting kind of warmer, then I'll kick off this top one. And if it's like summer weather and we don't have the air conditioning in, I'll sleep with the 1 and just cover like the middle part of my body. Because I'm one of those people that has to have a blanket, no matter how hot I am. What's an opinion of yours? I have too many opinions. I have opinions about everything. My opinion right now is that I don't look like crap today. Describe a moment when you feel most calm. When do I feel most calm? When I'm laying in bed watching something, I guess. I can't say that, like, I can't say when I'm laying in bed about to go to sleep because I am certainly not calm. I'm too busy thinking, and sometimes that thinking triggers things, and then I get upset, and then I fall asleep upset, and that's never fun. But I think I am the most calm probably when I come home from a long day and I just lay in bed and I don't have to get up to do anything. That is my most calm. Who on Tumblr would you like to be friends with? I don't know people on Tumblr. Can I just change that? Who would you like to be friends with? If I could be friends with anybody, who would I want to be friends with? I would want to be friends with J. Michael Tatum because I want him to teach me French. I am serious about that. I would love to have him as a friend. I think he's a really cool guy. I've met him before. I have a poster over here. You can't see it because it's not in the. It's right outside of the frame. It's right next to this picture of Wonderwise. I have a poster of For You, a Toby Swim Club that I'm trying to get signatures of all of the main guys on there because they're all my favorite voice actors. And Tatum's on there. Tatum is already on there. I have had him and I have had Vic Mignogna sign that poster. Both are very cool dudes. The only reason I didn't pick Vic Mignogna is because I think that would be nerve-wracking and very troubling because of how famous he is. And I know Tatum is just as famous, but I just feel like there's a little bit more calm around Tatum in general. Like, I'm not saying he's a lesser voice actor. I think it has something to do with his calming personality that people won't freak out around him as much as people freak out around Vic Mignogna. Vic Mignogna is a very energetic person. And I feel like that is why. So I think I would want to hang out with J. Michael Tatum and get French lessons. Describe the perfect day of relaxation. Spending an entire day sleeping. I don't know. Probably just a day where I don't really have to do anything like super exerting. I just get to chill. If I get to hang out with my friend, and that's good too. Baths are always relaxing. I'd have to fit in a bath in the day, and I'd be very relaxed. How many books do you have on your bookcase? Well, I don't know. I'd have to get up to look. Hold on. Counting these two that I'm going to put back now. I'll be back. There's way too many and I'm not gonna count, so I'm just gonna do this real quick. Let's see how I can finagle all this. Come over here across my room, and here's my bookshelf, and it's covered in mostly manga, and that's how many books I have. If you can even see that. Come back over here. Now you've just seen pretty much my entire room. Oh, and I can move this. There's my poster. Okay. Let's set that back where it was. That was a fun trip. Okay, next question. Are you an organized person? Yes, I'm very organized, because if you paid enough attention to that bookshelf, you would notice that it is in alphabetical order on my manga part. And on the top part that isn't manga, they're in order from the tallest to the smallest book that's on that shelf. And my video games and DVDs are pretty much in the same order. They're in alphabetical order, except I have a completely separate shelf for my Naruto DVDs because there's too many. Azrael's in front of my questions. Azrael, you need to move, hon. Okay. There's 20 questions on here. Cool. We're almost done. Have you met an idol of yours? If so, what was it like? Yes, I did, because I met Davi, and he was awesome, and I really liked that. I didn't go into it much, but I will now. When I first met him, I was super nervous. I was so nervous that, like, as soon as I saw him, and, like, I'm one of those people that's like, oh, when I finally get to see this person, I'm gonna be like this, and I'm gonna do this to them, and I wanna say this to them. You know, I like plan things like that. You think in your head how you'll react before it actually happens. So when it actually happened, I completely froze up and did not know what to do. And the guy that I was with at the time, the guy that took me to go see him, had to literally push me to him for me to interact in any way. And as soon as I go up to him, I'm still just starstruck. And Davi hugged me without me having to say much of anything. And I hugged him back and I was like, this is awesome! And I immediately calmed down and knew that I could just talk to him. And it was so great. And I got his autograph on a pair of white boots that I have. And I got a picture with him that I don't have anymore, but I had at one point. And then from that moment, the second concert that I went to the second concert with Jinx, so she was there for this one. And she was the one that got starstruck as soon as he walks in. Meanwhile, she was like, that's him, isn't it? And I turn around, I'm like, yeah, that's him. And she's like standing there frozen. And I just walked straight up to him, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And she couldn't believe I did that until she introduced herself as well. And she kind of went through the same thing, just understanding this is a cool guy and you can just talk to him. That's totally fine. My hair is so frizzy right now. Share one secret of yours. I skipped a bunch of questions, so I'm just going to do this one really quick since I already read it. A secret of mine. What's a secret of mine? I don't actually have secrets. I'm pretty much an open book. You can ask me anything and I'll tell you, like, straight out. But I guess I will admit to the one secret that I don't typically tell people, because it's not even something people would ask, so I've never had to worry about it. But I am a member of the Dollars. I've been a member of the Dollars since junior high. I still consider myself a member of the Dollars, even though I don't regularly check the website anymore, but I did used to. But I joined the Dollars because I knew that it's not like what Indie Triple R is. Like, it is and it isn't. It is still a gang that you join. but it is a gang that does good things. So it's like doing good deeds without really expecting anything in return, other than the fact that you have done it and you can see people happy from the good deeds that you have done. And I still do those things. I still do a lot of those things. So, still a member of the Dollars. And that's kind of my only secret. Do you have nightmares often? Lately? Yes. Yes, I do. I have nightmares very often. And they're usually recurring. And they're usually about the same thing. And I am not going to go into what that is, because that's not what this is for. What's the most memorable dream you've had? What's one that I can think of right now that isn't sad? I can't actually think of one right now. None of them have been very... Oh, I remember one. There was this one dream. I'm not gonna say names, because if any of my old classmates, don't you even dare, happen to watch this video, they might know who I'm talking about. When I was in 6th grade, there was this guy that I kind of liked. And he wasn't very likable in any way, but I thought he was physically appealing. Because that's the kind of person I was when I was that age. And I had a dream one time. It was a dream somewhat in the morning, when my older sister still lived here, because, again, I was in 6th grade. And every time my older sister would wake up and get ready for school, she would turn on music. And she had a Jesse McCartney CD. And I don't remember what the song was. She turned that CD on and it was playing music in the morning. And set to whatever song was playing, I had a dream about this guy. And we were just having somewhat a romantic conversation with this song playing in the background of my dream. There was a CD player in my dream behind us, and it was playing this song. And I remember he kissed me in the dream. And I freaked out about it because I was like, oh my god, this boy kissed me, and I've never been kissed by a boy before. And then I woke up, and I told nobody about that dream because I was embarrassed that I had a dream about this kid. And I do remember his name, and that is weird because I haven't even thought of him in forever. I remember the kid's name. And this is not a guy that I would have dreams about or even think about anymore until just now. Okay, let's move past that part. Do you like to color? Yes, I do color all the time. I color on my phone and on adult coloring books. I find them fun. Do you hate anyone? If so, why? No, I actually do not hate anybody. I am completely incapable of feeling hatred toward any one thing. Like, I can say that I hate somebody or I hate something, and yeah, maybe there are certain things that I can hate, but when it comes to people, I just can't. I don't hate anybody. I've had some pretty awful people in my life, and I can't hate them. I just don't. And I've always been like that. You can ask anybody, and I've been like that for a really long time. Where would you like to visit? I would like to go to England. Every time somebody asks me where would you go if you had the money to go anywhere, I'd go to England, and I'd go to the castle that my family used to own. I am part of the McCartney family. Yes, as in Paul McCartney of the Beatles. I am part of that family. We used to have a castle in England. And we don't anymore because something about money and we couldn't afford it. Doesn't that just sound like my family? So we don't have the castle anymore. But it's still there. It still exists. It's just not ours. But I would love to go see it because I know it's a really beautiful place. Like, I have Google image searched this place. And it is the McCartney Castle in England. It's really pretty. I think it's really pretty. And I would love to go see it. I'm trying to fix my hair. It's everywhere. Write a message to somebody. That's actually the question. If I was to write a message to somebody, I know who it would be, and I don't want to name names, and I'm not even sure I want to. I think I will go ahead and do this, but after I do the last question. Never mind, I'm not going to do the last question because it says whatever you want to ask. And I can't think of my own question. It's everywhere. Write a message to somebody and what the message is. I'm not going to name names for this one either, but I am going to get this message put out there. To the person that this concerns, who may never see this, but I know a couple people who will see this who know who I'm talking about. I'm doing great. I'm not doing great at the same time. I still think about things. I'm doing better. I'm getting better. I like things. I have new things that I like. And I'm starting to like some of the old things. There are still things that I can't be around and I try to avoid. There are still things that make me upset, but I'm working through those things too. And I still remember, and I still have the paper of when I really needed help, that one of the things that I wanted to be able to do was to be able to talk to you again and to be friends with you again. And I still can't. It's still hard. And again, I'm better, but I still have problems. I still don't know how I feel about anything that's been going on. I know that I'm unhappy, but that I can be happy. I've been happy quite a few times, but for the most part, I'm still working. I don't know that I'm sad, or if I'm mad, or if I'm just confused. I'm still sorry. But there are a lot of things that I'm sorry for that I just can't fix. And part of me wishes that I could, but I know that it wouldn't have done anything. I believe in fate, so I think that things had to happen the way that things happened so that I could... I don't even know. I just think that things had to happen. I have a cat. I love my cat. I'm not fond of people anymore. I like to have friends, but I'll only stop there. I don't think there's anything more. I think that my goal to befriend you again is still a goal that I should still try to work towards. But I think about if I were to see you right now, and I get scared when I think I will see you, and it makes me upset. And if I think about actually seeing you face to face, I only think of being angry. So I know that my goal hasn't been reached yet. But I think the most important thing that I have to say is I'm still working on it, and I'm still getting better, and I'm still trying. So that's my message. That's my message to a specific person. And nobody's gonna know who that specific person is except for me and people that I know in my real life, most likely. And maybe one other person that, well, one other person that isn't here with me physically. I'm never physically with them, but he'll know who I'm talking about. It's not to you, by the way. Other person that I'm talking about. My friend, I have 2 friends, and one of them lives in Georgia. I'm not talking about him. This message was not for him, but it's for somebody else. And that's all the questions. That's the 20 questions. I can't come up with a whatever question because I already needed to look this up to get that list. And I think that's it. If the schedule will allow it, I will definitely try to get together with Jinx and we'll come up with like an actual skit kind of video for a cosplay thing instead of just like reaction videos and whatever else. We only have a reaction video up. We're really pitiful people. We're young adults, okay? It's understandable. We have busy schedules. But yeah, we'll definitely try to come up with a skit for next time so that we're not so boring and people actually enjoy watching it. And I will definitely see you next time, even if it's just another "oh, it's only me" video. But see you next week. Thanks for watching.